Oh no. Needs cleaning. Hello and welcome to another video tutorial with Märklin of Sweden. Once in a while, as you might have guessed from the introduction, the Märklin locos need a bit of cleaning and maintenance. And this is what the tutorial is about today.
If you run computer control on your layout, this is Rockrail, then you will have a feature that measure and log running hours of each loco. The maintenance interval can be set, and once the loco has been serviced, you just press the service button and the loco symbol turns white again. For the simple cleaning, I have selected 8 hours, which I found suitable on my layout. However, there is a manual provided with each loco, and in that manual it's both described how the loco is disassembled and also recommended maintenance.
If the manual for your loco is missing, then most of the manuals can be downloaded from Märklin webpage.
In this tutorial I will make maintenance on 3 locos. The middle loco is an old analog AC loco. The blue loco to the left has the 5-pole high efficiency motor, and this loco to the right has a small modern maintenance-free motor. For cleaning I use isopropanol. I use a cotton pin, which I dip into the isopropanol, and I start by cleaning the slider. The slider seems to be picking up some dirt too. I then continue to clean the wheels by turning them with one finger and pressing the cotton pin to the other. I then proceed with the wheels, which has the rubber tires. I noticed when I cleaned this rubber tire that it was like slipping around. It wasn't sitting tight, and this is very typical when they get old. So for this loco I also added replacement of the rubber tires. I would guess that these rubber tires has been sitting here all since the 19th when this loco was manufactured, and they're very easy to remove. And usually it's a good idea to clean the wheels before you put the new rubber tires in place. And here comes the new rubber tire.
Alright, so that's the kind of maintenance I do every 8 hours. Well, that's on my layout. For your layout, you will have to figure out what maintenance you need. And if you don't have any clue, the manual will give you some idea. Then, every 40th hour, I make a larger maintenance, which also includes cleaning of the motor parts.
I start by removing the locomotive cover. For this loco it's just fixed with one screw, which is sitting underneath. These 2 copper wires I've added for an IR LED, which I have for the sensor system, so it's not original. I remove the cover on the loco so the motor gets exposed. Then I set those springs to the side so the motor brushes comes loose. Once I have them in my hand, I check the length so it's okay and it's not need of replacement, otherwise they're available as spare parts. And if they're okay, I just clean the tip a bit with isopropanol and a cotton pin. This type of motor is a drum collector type motor. And next step is to remove the motor plate. It is fixed with 2 screws, which needs to be unscrewed before it can be removed. Once the screws are removed, then it's just to carefully lift the motor to one side. Be gentle with all the cables so nothing breaks. And off it goes. and here is the rotor. These copper plates on the rotor make contact with the motor brushes, and they get kind of dirty over time, so they need some good cleaning. As the motor runs, a tiny portion of the motor brushes will end up in the joint in between these copper plates. This black dirt is electrically conductive, so it needs to be removed in order to get a proper run of the motor. You will find the same type of oil-mixed carbon dust inside of the motor plate, and that does of course needs to be removed as well. Ta-da! Nice and shiny. Then it's time to assemble the motor again. You fix the two screws that holds the motor plate and then return the motor brushes into their pockets. Make sure to assemble them in the correct way. You can see both on the side that goes onto the rotor that it has the same shape as the rotor, and also in the other end where the spring, the holding spring is, there is a mark in the brushes where the spring should fall into. Don't forget to lubricate according to the manual before you take the loco in use. Let's also have a look at this older AC type loco. This is basically the same type motor, but it has the difference that it has a flat connector instead of the drum collector. The flat connector is cleaned with a cotton pin and isopropanol in the same way as the drum collector. And the slots in between the copper plates are cleaned with a tiny screwdriver or something like it. Toothbrush, maybe. Let's finally have a look into that modern loco, which has that maintenance-free motor. As you see, it differs a lot in look from the other ones, so it's easy to differentiate.
That wasn't very tricky, was it? And now your loco is ready for another 40 hours of continuous, perfect, smooth run on your layout. Alright, thank you for watching the tutorial. If you like this stuff, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video and have use for it, give it a thumbs up. See you!